Welcome students and viewers. As committed before, I had told in the earlier video that this is the Cournot model. I explained there theoretically all the assumptions of the model diagrammatically. And there I had told that in a separate video I'll explain that in a duopolistic market, if two players are playing, both acts as a monopolist, both are the costless monopolist that we had seen in the last video and the last lecture. And they had chain reactions of among the two players, let the player are A and B. So to start with player A, so first of all he finds himself at the midpoint of the demand curve. Now the remaining part of the, or rather remaining portion of the demand curve became relevant for the player B. There he reacted, he produced. Again reaction came from player A. So there was a chain of actions and reactions, and we had explained there that the Cournot model, if two players are there, two players are playing, then the solution is 1/3 of the total market demand. 1/3 of the total market demand. And out of two players, if each produces 1/3, then obviously total production would be 2/3. So that 1/3, how does it come? There we had seen in the diagram, but it can be shown and it can be explained mathematically. Now to explain this model mathematically and to get that result, a little bit of mathematical tool is used, and this is a GP, because in explain the model we shall need the summation of GP of certain terms. And so just a little bit about GP, that if there is a GP, if A, AR square and AR to the power n, then first term is A, that is taken as A, and A multiplied by R multiplied by R. So this is the common ratio, this is called R, this is common ratio. Now this common ratio, in case of that, there can be two possibilities, that if this common ratio is less than 1, which will be in this case, we shall see there in both of the firms, in both of the cases we shall have R, which will be less than 1. If R is less than 1, then the summation of series, so summation is A by 1 minus R. This formula will be used here. This is the sum of a GP series, which A has its first term, and R is the common ratio. That this common ratio could have two possibilities, either less than 1 or greater than 1. So if R is less than 1, then the summation of that series would be found by this formula, A upon 1 minus R. And if R is greater than 1, then this summation becomes A by R minus 1. This is what the difference, nothing more. If R is less than 1, then the summation is A upon 1 minus R, and if R happens to be greater than 1, then the summation would be A upon R minus 1. In this case, we shall have the use of this formula, because in both of the GP, the R would be less than 1. Now let us come on this case and how the action reaction comes. There was two firm, there is a two firm. To start with, in a period first, A produces half of the total demand. That is how I explained. Now in this first period, and each players are acting as a monopolist. So in each period, they would produce half of the remaining demand. You see, half is everywhere. This half tells that in each period and each player acts as a monopolist, and there he will produce at the midpoint of the demand curve in each period. That's why in each period we have taken half. This is what half explains here. Now in a period 1, if firm produces half of the total demand, then the period 1, firm B would produce half and remaining of the total demand. So 1 minus half, because half has been produced by A. So half into 1 minus half, this becomes half into half, this is 1 by 4. So in period 1, the firm A, the starter firm, would produce 1 by 2 of the total demand, and period B and the firm B would produce 1 by 4 of the total demand. Now coming period 2. Now is period 2, firm A thinks that B would retain its own production at 1 by 4. What he will do, he will produce half into 1 minus 1 by 4, because 1 by 4 has been produced by firm B. So for firm A in period 2, the remaining part of the total demand will be 1 minus 4. So this is half into 1 minus 4, half into 3 by 4 equals 3 by 8. Now this 3 by 8 could be written as half minus 1 by 8. Just you will check it on your own. This 3 by 8 could be written as half minus 1 by 8, because from this we shall be making a GP. So this 3 by 8 has to be written as half into 1 minus 8. Now just coming period 2, what does firm B? The firm B just produces half. And what would be the remaining part of the demand? The firm A has produced 3 by 8. So for firm B, in period 2 remaining demand is half and into 1 minus 3 by 8 remaining demand. So half into 5 by 8, that is 5 by 16. This 5 by 16 could be written as 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16. You will cross check it on your own. Now just coming period 3. Period 3, firm A, what firm A would do? He would produce half of the remaining part. Now what would be the remaining part of the demand? Now this is 5 by 16. In firm 2, B produced 5 by 16. So in period 3, for firm A, remaining demand would be 1 minus 5 by 16. That is half into 11 by 16 equals 11 by 32. Now this 11 by 32 could be written as half minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 32. Yes, because this whole thing is going to make a GP. So this is what it is written. It equals, this will equal 11 by 32. This will equal, could be cross-checked. This is 3 by 8, this is which we have here. So this has been only expressed that this 3 by 8 could be written as 1 minus 1 by 8. Now here what is happening? We have 11 by 32. This 11 by 32 has been written as half minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 32. This will be the rate of fall for the firm A. Now in period 4 and now come in period 3. What firm B will do? Half of the remaining of the demand. Now in firm 3, firm A has produced 11 by 32. So for firm B, the remaining demand is half of 1 minus 11 by 32. That becomes this 21 by 64, and this 21 by 64 could be written as 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 64. This is the story of period 3. Let us explain one more period. Now what happens in period 4? In period 4, firm A would produce half of the remaining demand. What would be remaining demand? 1 minus. In period 3, firm B has produced 21 by 64. So in period 4, for firm A, the remaining demand would be 1 minus 21 by 64. This would be half into 43 by 64, 43 by 128, and this 43 by 128 could be written as half minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 32 minus 1 by 28. This is how the chain of action and reactions continues in Cournot model, and this is how this model works. Now, what we have to do, we have to notice what is happening in each period, and the addition or subtraction in each period would be picked up to make a GP. This is how a GP or a series is made. And here what we shall do, we shall observe with our own eyes that what is happening in each period for firm A and firm B. And if there is adding up, we shall take it up. And if it is just something is going, that will be picked up. From those magnitudes, or rather from just those quantity, we shall make a GP. Now let us see what is happening for firm A. For firm A, in every another period, there is a reduction in production. In period 1, it was half. In period 2, it was half minus 1 by 8. In period 3, in period 2, it was half minus 1 by 8. Once again, it has reduced by 1 minus 32. This is the total production of period 3 now. In what is happening in period 4? In period 4, this is the total production of period 3, and this is reduction. So, there is a decreasing GP, and here rate of fall is decreasing. Diminishing rate, the firm's A's production is diminishing. So a case of decreasing GP at falling rate. Now how the GP is being picked out, or how the GP is being made. For each period, we shall take the reduction. So a GP, the sum of production by A would be half minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 32 minus 1 by 28. So this becomes a GP summation, and the summation of this GP would be the production of firm A. Now the little bit mathematical work has been done. First term has been taken outside, minus sign has been taken outside, and inside a GP has been formed. Quite obvious. This is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 8. This is the A, first term of the GP. And now plus 1 by 32 is 1 by 8 into 1 by 4. This is the common ratio R. So AR square. So it is inside this parenthesis, we have the GP having the first term 1 by 8 and common ratio 1 by 4, less than 1. And we have to take the summation of terms inside this bracket. Outside the bracket, we have another term, half, that will be retained. So with these explanations about the GP, now let us see what is happening. 1 by 2 minus the summation of terms inside this bracket would be A divided by 1 minus R. Right now I have explained. The summation would be of these terms. So A, now this is half minus A is 1 by 8 and R is 1 by 4. So A divided by 1 minus R. Now it is half minus 1 by 8, and here it is 3 by 4. This is half minus 1 by 8, 3 by 4. Now 3 by 4 is just taken as numerator. So half minus 1 by 8 into 4 by 3. So 1 by 8 into 4 by 3 becomes half minus 1 by 6. And then we take a LCM and we get 2 by 6. And this is the solution of firm A, and this is the stable equilibrium obtained by firm A. This is how we get the solution for firm A. Now let us see what is happening in firm B. This looks that for firm B, in each step, his level of production is increasing. Then it was a case of decreasing case. And here, something is being added up. It is quite evident. This was the first period for firm B. In second period, there is something adding up in the production of firm A. So this is an increasing GP. So now let us make a series, and series would be just made by taking the last term. So increase or decrease. So we shall take the last term as we have done in the case of A. So sum of production by firm B, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 64 plus 1 by 256. This will go up. Now 1 by 4 plus this 1 by 16 is 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. This is R. This is 1 by 64, 1 by 4 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. This is what we have. A 1 by 4, R as 1 by 4. Both are 1 by 4. This is called This R is common ratio, this A is first term. Now just let us take the summation of all terms. A minus 1 minus R, A divided by 1 minus R. A is 1 by 4. And here 1 minus 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 by 3 by 4. And this is once again we have get the solution of 1 by 3 for B. So this is how we get the solution in Cournot model a little bit by using mathematics, not more mathematics, not intense mathematics, not a large quantity of mathematics. A little bit of mathematics, if you apply, we get the solution. Quite evident it becomes that this was the solution. Otherwise, we only explain in the theoretical class that each firm produces 1 by 3. It must be interesting to see how it comes 1 by 3. This is what I have explained it. So, this is all for today. Next class will be regarding this model with a numerical sum. I will explain a numerical sum, taking a sum. There we shall see the reactions, because this Cournot model, the earliest model was given by Augustin Cournot, and he explained the way in which I have explained in the class. This is the crude model given by Augustin Cournot. Later on, this model was explained with the help of reaction curves. And whenever the moment we start using reaction curves, it becomes use of calculus, one thing, and in the case of this reaction curve, we take an assumption, a case where cost appears. Here the cost was 0, and in the case of reaction curves, cost becomes positive, and by taking those two things, reaction curves are used. There we use the mathematics, we use the calculus. So in the next class, I shall be trying that I explain this model in that way with the help of reaction curves with a numerical example. But for today, this is all. Thanks.